So hello students, I hope you are all fine and safe at home. So today I am going to teach you about the classification of elements. Uh, Elements, as you all know, they contain the one kind of atoms, and there are about 100 different elements known so far. So if we are going to study all the elements separately or one by one, it will be very difficult for us to remember the properties of each and every element, and it will take many years of your life. So in order to make our study systematic and easier, we arrange the elements having similar properties into groups, and this is known as classification of elements. The arranging of elements into different groups on the basis of similarities in their properties is called classification of elements. And the name of the chapter is periodic classification of elements. See, the word periodic is added in front of the classification. Now, what is the meaning of the word periodic? Periodic means occurring at regular intervals. For example, day and night, formation of day and night, they are repeated at regular. After every 12 hours you find new day or a night. In the same way, periodic means occurring at regular intervals. But please note that here it means that elements itself will not occur, itself will not repeat, but the chemical properties of the element will repeat after a certain number of elements. So I hope you understand the meaning of the periodic. Here it is very important to learn the meaning of the periodic word. Now making order out of chaos. I mean, there are 118 elements, and to study one by one is very difficult. It will result into a chaos. So how to make order out of this chaos is attempted by various scientists, and we will now learn the journey of the periodic table. The periodic table which we follow today is the modern periodic table, but how it came into existence is a history. So let's start with the journey of the periodic table. See, there are 4 milestones in the journey of the periodic table. Number 1 is Dobereiner's triads, which came out in 1817, and in 1866 Newland's classification was there, and in 1869 Mendeleev's classification was there, and in 1923 the modern periodic table is there, and which we follow. This is the modern periodic table. So let's start with the journey of the periodic table, and let's start with the Dobereiner. Dobereiner, German scientist, or I can say that he was a German chemist, and he classified elements in the order of their atomic masses, in the increasing order of their atomic masses, into groups of 3 elements called triads. Actually, Dobereiner was the first scientist to show the relation between the properties of elements and their atomic masses. So what was the fundamental basis of the classification of elements at the time of Dobereiner? Was the increasing order of atomic masses. Please remember this, and also remember that he classified the elements into triads, okay, into the group of 3, that is triads. So there are 3 triads which is shown in the table, and you can see first triad, it's the lithium, sodium and potassium. Second triad consists of calcium, strontium and barium, and the third triad is the halo group, which is known today, halogen group, that is chlorine, bromine and iodine. Now the important thing he told, by arrow I have shown that he has arranged these elements in the increasing order of the atomic masses. Okay, then please notice that in each triad the atomic mass of the middle, see this is the middle, sodium is the middle, so atomic mass of the middle element was approximately equal to the average atomic mass of the other two. I have shown the other two elements with the star mark. For example, in the first triad, lithium has atomic mass 6.9, or I can round up as 7, and potassium has 39. If I sum up these two atomic masses and then divide by 2, then the result will be 23, that is 22.95. so if you can also do with this triad, that is calcium, strontium and barium, if you add the atomic masses of calcium and barium and then divide it by 2, then you will get this number as 88.7, which is quite near to this strontium. But please remember that these elements have similar properties in each triad. Means in each triad, for example, in the first triad, lithium, sodium and potassium, they will have the same chemical properties. Okay, but the limitation of the Dobrynin's classification was that at that time only 30 elements were known, and Dobrynin could Dobrynin could make only 3 triads out of those 30 elements. So only 3 triads can be made according to the Dobrynin's classification. But let's see who was the next milestone, and the next milestone in the journey of the periodic classification is Newland's law of octave. Newland's John Newland's an English scientist. This is his picture. He arranged the then known elements. The then known elements means at that time the number of elements which were known, about approximately 56 elements were known at that time. So he arranged the then known elements in the order of the increasing atomic masses and found that, please note that the properties of the 8th element are similar to the properties of the first element. He called it as law of octaves, or we can it is now known as Newland's law of octaves, and it was given by Newland's. Now why he named it as law of octave? Because the repetition in the properties of elements is just like the repetition of 8th note in an octave of music. For example, you all know that sa re ga ma pa dha ni sa. This sa is repeated. I have shown it with the arrow. This sa is repeated after this sa. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8th. So he stated that the properties of the 8th element are similar to the properties of the first element. This is first element and this is the 8th element. So they are similar, as in the music every 8th note is repeated. In the same way, the properties are repeated after every 8th element. This was the law of octaves given by the Newland's. So please remember, I have shown it with the red that properties of every 8th element were similar to the to that of the first element. Now I am going to show you the periodic classification of Newland's periodic classification table showing Newland's octave. So I have also shown the 8 octaves of the music: sa, re, ga, ma, pa, dha, ni, sa, or do, re, mi, fa, so, la, ti. So please remember that the elements are arranged in the order of the increasing atomic masses. Don't forget this. And the properties of, according to Newland, the properties of this Sa group, the elements which are in this group, their properties will be similar. The properties of the elements of this group will be similar. The properties of the elements of this group will be similar. But the limitations in the properties, the limitations in the Newland's law of octaves or Newland's classification was that the law was applicable to the elements up to calcium. Calcium, can you see in the table the calcium? कैल्शियम के बाद इन्होंने जो बोला कि एवरी 8th एलिमेंट की प्रॉपर्टीज़ जो है फर्स्ट एलिमेंट से मिलेगी, यहाँ के बाद इनका जो लॉ था वो फेल हो गया. इट कंटेन्ड and his table, the periodic, the classification or the table he made, it contained only 56 elements. Further, it was assumed by Newlands that only 56 elements existed in nature and no more elements would be discovered in future. So he thought that only there will be 56 elements. And the third limitation of the Newland's law of octave was that in order to fit elements into the table, Newlands adjusted 2 elements in the same slot and also put some unlike elements under same note. For example, cobalt and nickel. See, cobalt and nickel, CO and Ni, are in the same slot. Why? They should be in the separate slot, and these are placed in the same column with fluorine. This is fluorine, chlorine and bromine. Fluorine, chlorine and bromine, they belong to the halogen group. Their properties are totally different from the cobalt and nickel. Cobalt and nickel's property shows resemblance with the iron, Fe, but iron is placed so far in the table of Newlands. In same here, cerium and lanthanum, they are also arranged wrongly in the Newlands classification. So these are the limitations of Newland's classification. And the next scientist who came forward to give Mendeleev's classification of element was Mendeleev, and he is known as the father of periodic classification, and we will study that classification in the next video. So stay tuned, children. I will be seeing you in the next video. Thank you.